Hello there, viewers. It's been too long since I've done a part 2 for this, so I'm doing part 2. And if you're wondering if you don't like me talking like this, because I don't have my mic on, because this version, part 1 had a mic, this one does not, so let's get into it. As Hestia's taking this all in, she's processing the amount of power this kid has. And he looks like a 15-year-old. To her, she just thinks that it's a fucking, beast that Belle is. Oh no. The beast is gonna be going into the dungeon and breaking and blow everyone's minds. As Hestia kept asking Belle, "Are you sure you want to go to the dungeon?" As Belle looks at her as Belle looks at her with that face I don't give two shits. I'm going in there whether you like it or not. And Hestia's like, "Okay." As Belle begins getting up and suited up, he begins cracking his knuckles as he begins putting on the suit. This is gonna be hilarious when you just watch this video, and oh yeah, I should probably say bullying gets results. Like Russian Badger over he says, but I'll get to it. After Belle got done putting on his armor, Belle grabbed his super shotgun and just does this reloads it in front of her. And she's saying, "What the hell is that weapon?" Belle says it's a shotgun as he points at it, and Hessie's like, "What's a shotgun?" As Belle says, "I'll tell you when I get back." As he leaves the church and begins going to the dungeon. And the Loki Familiar are actually in the dungeon, but exterminating all the Minotaurs. As Belle gets there, everyone's looking at him just with that because Belle has an aura around him that if you go near this bitch, you be shivering in fucking 2 seconds. You would literally if he gets really close up to you and he just looks at you, if he does not like you, you will begin to piss your pants. So anyway, let's go. As Belle begins walking to the front desk, asking if she could go to the dungeons, and the lady at the desk says, "Sure, just go up." As Belle begins walking up the stairs, as everyone felt relieved after he went upstairs, because the aura around him could not be handled by anyone. Everyone's knees were about to give if he stayed any longer. So after Belle kept walking up the stairs, he went to the place where the Minotaur was. Oh shit! Oh fuck! I messed up. Ah, god damn it! Whatever. Belle begins going up the stairs where the Loki Familia are just, leveling up. Belle does not give two shits. He decides to go on some more higher floors, and he does encounter the Minotaur that has the blade. And no, fuck it, no. I'm sorry, that makes sense the story. I just don't know where to fucking leave this because I made him so powerful. Because you guys want part 2, to be honest, and I'm trying to make sense of this shit, so fuck it. I'll say he finds slow level launches and starts ripping them in half. And all you could hear was whimpering echoing down the fucking stairway that everyone's like, I don't want to be them. As soon as the whimpering stopped, Belle moved up another floor. And he was bored, so he kept moving up to the 30th floor. And, I'm gonna say this guys, because it's the fucking Demon Slayer. He can fucking, get a boss in there because his presence is enough to get the boss to get the fuck out of sleep and fight. Why? Because everyone should know the Demon Slayer does not give two shits because bosses always come back super fast when you're in his fucking presence. And this monster is from the monster that went to level on the big ass monster when we went to level 5. As Belle looks at it, as Belle begins looking at it, he begins like running towards it as the monster roared and was charging at Belle at the same time. However, Belle dodged a punch and went to and Belle dodged a punch as he's sliding on the Titan's arm with his hand and kicks the guy in the face, knocking him to the ground. As the Titan, as the monster opens his eyes as he just sees something pointing at his eye. As Belle begins As Belle shoots a shotgun in the thing's face, the thing screams and grabs Belle and throws him to the wall and begins punching him over and over again. This went on for about 6 minutes until Belle grabbed the monster's fist, and fucking begun like lifting him up in the air and threw him to a fucking wall. As Belle begins like walking towards this thing, as Belle's like, he's now more pissed than ever. As Belle gets in front of the monster, as the monster tries to punch Belle, Belle grabs its fist and rips it off. As the monster screaming in pain, but as the monster screaming in pain, Belle jumps up into the air and punches the thing in the face, knocking it the fuck out. And that's when Belle grabs the big BFG and puts it in the Titan's mouth because it was waking up. As soon as it woke up, all you could hear was blood and guts went everywhere. As that guy dead. As Belle thought it was finally time to go back down. Oh yeah, and the local family be like so fucking confused about the monster. Because the monster's dead, and Belle's like carrying the crystal, but I'm gonna say he has a power that anything that is like so big. Well, actually, that is true. He. Yeah, fuck it. He has like a. Since his armor is from the ancients, he can just make any crystal, like anything small or like small or anything, so. Eh. As Belle begins walking down the stairs, he encounters Bet. Belle looks at Bet with that face of like, I don't give a shit about your level. As Bet says, listen kid, you don't. As Belle tries to put his hand on Belle's shoulder, Belle grabs his arm and fucking tosses him into a wall and punches him in the face when he's in the fucking wall, knocking him the fuck out. As Belle's like, I don't want to get in trouble. If I leave him here, he'll be killed by the monsters. So Belle picks Bet up and carries him by his shoulder, or puts him on her shoulder as she begins walking down. All the other adventurers going past Belle are fucking like wondering what the fuck happened to Bet. As soon as he gets down, well, Eyes is actually gonna go in and get Bet because Bet's always like in the dungeon grinding sometimes and constantly. But to her fucking surprise, she sees the guy wearing the armor when they were at the bar last night, carrying Bet. And Bet tosses him in front of Eyes and just says, next time, make sure your lap dog has a leash. And Bezbel's also like says inside, God, I have to clean up all this fucking armor as he was walking away. As Eyes is like saying, what the fuck? Oh god. And this is when like Belle's like armor like when Belle already like was already cleaning his armor near like the shop he broke into. And he was actually getting the money just to repair it. As he walks into the bar and as Mamma Mia says, hey, you have to pay for the damages, as Belle tosses her the cash and just says, that's for the damages. As Mamuya says, wait. So, wait. Did you actually pay back the bill? As Bell's like, yeah. Sorry about breaking your, how do I say it, tavern, I guess. I'm still not used to say. I'm still kind of used to saying that, but never thought to use that again. That's not me. I was like, what do you mean again? And Bill's like, oh, nothing. Okay, I'm kidding. Yo, bitches, stop. I'm gonna end it here. 10 minutes and 32 seconds, really. No, Chief. Nah, fam. If you guys like me doing this fucking voice, I gotta say, I'm kind of like used to doing this, you know. But anyway, I'll get to it. As Bo leaves, he actually bumps into Seer. Seer falls to the ground, and as Bo opens up his hand, lends her a hand, she's like, "Thank you." As Bo or was pulled her up, as she was like wondering what he looks like under the mask, and no one knows what he looks like. Only Hestia does. To be honest, any kid with a Slayer would probably have unmatched strength for a good around about, I don't know, until the end of time. Yes, I'm saying that's how strong the Slayer is, because if you think about it, the Slayer is too strong in the world. He's unmatched. Also, this is when he's gonna make the blade for his suit. Because you guys remember in like the Demon Eternal one, you get the Predator's skin, but you get the blade with it. So that's what Bell's making next. As Bell leaves, he actually goes to the shop and asks them. He asks these materials that the guy is like, if the guy can provide. Lucky for Bell, the guy actually had these materials, and they're actually the last one on sale or in stock. As Bell says thank you to the guy, he begins taking the materials that he has, and he begins walking to the church where Hestia is like not at right now. However, Bell slowly begins making something underneath the church. He begins no, fuck it. He doesn't make the church underneath there yet, but he goes into the church and goes down into the basement. He puts the parts on the table and he begins crafting and making something. He it took him about 2 hours until he made this blade. Their attractable blade. Asbel puts it on his left arm. Asbel tests it out as he makes a fist as the blade deploys. As Bell opens his palm, the blade undeploys. So, Bell is happy that he manages to make this handy thing, because now combat will be more better. Because all he has to do is slice some of his enemies. However, he has to make sure the blade's not always dull. That's the downside, but it's incredibly sharp. Asbel takes off his helmet and begins getting out of his armor. As he begins taking a bath, and at that time Hestia just returned. As she's walking down to the basement, she did see Belle, but she didn't see Belle she just saw Belle with pants on of the Slayer, but when she just saw Belle completely naked, she was blushing hard like a fucking tomato. She's like, why are you naked? Blushing hard. As Belle's like, oh, you see, I wanted a bath, so I had to take one. I said, she's like, well, make sure you put up a sign or something. As Belle looks at her with confused face and saying well, you aren't here, so kind of not my fault. I'm sorry, guys. I really have to go to the fucking bathroom. I have to do it badly. But if I don't, I have to end the video. So, yeah. Oh, I really want the fucking, like, Doom theme to be playing right now, guys. Oh, I want that so much. As Belle gets dressed in normal clothes, finally, as Hesia's, like, done blushing and just decides to check Belle's stats again, because she can't even read the fucking number, as she knows the number is also fucking increased. And Belle's not now. Belle's level now. What was it? Level 1 to level fucking 2. And this shit was in a fucking day. Holy shit! Now the Slayer is twice as strong. Even though he was so strong before, now he's stronger. Oh god, I'm like imagining the fucking demons right now, guys. Imagine all the demons trying to kill Belle, but his strength struck. Well, imagine he was like a level like 100, and he just like flicks them like one punch. It's like one punch. But anyway, I really don't want to video here, but fuck it, I'll go for like until at least 20 minutes, I think. Yeah, 20 minutes. As Belle goes to his dreams, he just sees visions of the blade, the demonic crucible, and where Samuel Hayden just took the blade from him. Belle was still kind of pissed about that, so yeah. Plus, Belle knows that he probably has to go and train more, stronger and better. I'm gonna end here, guys. I'm sorry, my motivation just instantly. I had the motivation, so if this is all I can do for so far, if you guys do understand, thank you for understanding. But part 3 will be longer. I'm sorry this was not as long as part 1, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please smash that like button. If you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and turn the notification buttons on. But anyway, I hope you guys would enjoy this video, and I'll talk to you all later in my next video.